There are secrets so powerful that they have been erased, rewritten, and buried beneath centuries of doctrine, hidden from the world, waiting for the right moment to resurface. What if I told you that reincarnation, one of the oldest spiritual concepts known to humanity, was once a part of the Bible? Imagine a truth so transformative that early church leaders deliberately made it disappear, a teaching that may have shaped early Christianity, only to be silenced and stripped away in secret councils. But why? Who decided that reincarnation had no place in Christianity? And most importantly, what does this mean for us today? Join me as we unravel the mystery, explore forbidden knowledge, and revisit ancient scriptures to uncover the shocking reason reincarnation was banned from the Bible. Stay until the very end, because once you learn this truth, you will never see history the same way again. Reincarnation, a universal truth. Before the rise of Christianity, the belief that the soul is eternal and reborn across multiple lifetimes was a universal concept. It was deeply woven into the spiritual traditions of many ancient civilizations. The Egyptian Book of the Dead describes how souls travel through different realms, judged by divine forces. If worthy, they could reincarnate, continue their journey, or remain in higher spiritual dimensions. For the Egyptians, death was not the end. It was merely a transition. Meanwhile, in India, the Vedic texts dating back to 1500 BCE introduced samsara, the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. In Hindu and later Buddhist traditions, karma dictated the course of one's next life. Reincarnation wasn't just a belief. It was considered a fundamental law of existence, governing spiritual evolution. The ancient Greeks also embraced reincarnation. Pythagoras, the legendary mathematician and mystic, taught that the soul is immortal, reborn in new bodies as it moves toward enlightenment. Plato, in his work, Phaedo, expanded on this idea, where Socrates spoke of the transmigration of souls, describing rebirth as a necessary process for purification and ascension. From Egypt to India, from Greece to the Far East, reincarnation was a sacred truth, recognized, respected, and taught by the greatest civilizations in human history. But if so many cultures embraced reincarnation, why does modern Christianity reject it? Was this ancient truth once part of early Christian teachings before being erased from history? Or could remnants of this forbidden doctrine still be hidden within biblical texts? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover will change everything. The early Christian view on reincarnation. In the centuries following Christ's death, Christianity was not a rigid, structured religion. It was a movement, a search for truth, an evolving philosophy. There was no official Bible, no centralized authority, no uniform doctrine restricting what could or could not be taught. Instead, early Christians explored deep spiritual questions, including the possibility of reincarnation. Among them was Origen of Alexandria, one of the most influential Christian scholars of the 3rd century. Origen believed that the soul was eternal, existing before birth and continuing after death. He taught that souls reincarnate through multiple lifetimes to achieve spiritual perfection. In his most significant work, De Principiis, he stated that each soul is shaped by its past lives, strengthened by past victories or weakened by past failures. This idea is nearly identical to the concept of karma. For Origen, reincarnation was not a punishment, it was an opportunity for learning, refinement, and ultimately, unity with the divine. If one of Christianity's greatest thinkers openly taught reincarnation, and if early Christian communities explored this belief, then why isn't reincarnation part of mainstream Christianity today? Who erased these teachings? And more importantly, why? The conspiracy, why reincarnation was erased. By the 6th century, Christianity had transformed into a powerful institution, one that demanded control over doctrine, belief, and the path to salvation. The defining moment came in 553 AD at the Second Council of Constantinople. It was here that reincarnation was officially condemned and declared heretical. But this was not just a religious decision, it was a political one. The driving force behind this move? Emperor Justinian and his wife, Empress Theodora. Their goal? To unify Christianity under one doctrine, one that reinforced obedience to the Church and Empire. Reincarnation posed a direct threat to the Church's growing power. If people believed they had multiple lifetimes to evolve spiritually, they wouldn't feel the urgency to follow strict religious teachings. The Church needed control over the soul's destiny. Justinian gave it to them by removing reincarnation. By enforcing the idea of only one life, the Church increased reliance on its doctrine. The message was clear: follow the Church, obey its teachings, and secure your place in eternity, because you won't get another chance. This was not about faith, it was about power, hidden clues in the Bible. Although reincarnation was removed from official doctrine, echoes of it still remain within biblical texts. Matthew 17:10-13. After witnessing the transfiguration of Jesus, the disciples ask, "Why do the scribes say that Elijah must come first?" Jesus responds, "Elijah has already come, and they did not recognize him." The disciples immediately understood that he was referring to John the Baptist. If Elijah had already come in a new body, could this be evidence of reincarnation? John 9:1-2. Jesus' disciples ask him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" This question suggests they believed a soul could have sinned before birth, a concept that aligns with reincarnation. John 3:3-7. Jesus tells Nicodemus, "No one can see the kingdom of God unless they are born again." While often interpreted as a spiritual rebirth, could this passage actually reference the soul's return in new lifetimes? These verses, hidden in plain sight, may contain remnants of an ancient truth, one that was once central to Christianity, but later erased. The truth still remains. For centuries, reincarnation was removed from doctrine, rewritten in history, and replaced with the belief in a single lifetime followed by eternal reward or punishment. But today, reincarnation is returning, not just as a spiritual belief, but as a fundamental key to understanding human existence, evolution, and the deeper purpose of life itself. Science and spirituality are now converging. Dr. Ian Stevenson studied children who recalled past lives with uncanny accuracy. Dr. Brian Weiss used past life regression therapy to heal trauma. More and more evidence suggests that consciousness transcends a single lifetime. If reincarnation was removed from Christian doctrine, what else has been hidden from us? And most importantly, why? The truth goes deeper than we ever imagined. And remember, always question and seek deeper understanding.